Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we are going to be going over the Art of Planes book. On the day of recording, I just got this in the mail about 5 minutes ago, and I have no idea what's in the book. I've seen maybe one page and it was a while ago. So we're going to go through this, and there's going to be some stuff that I am positive I have not seen before. So if you don't have this book, you are seeing this for the first time alongside me. Here's the front cover. You got the biggest, or the big three racers from the original Planes movie. You can see there. It is going to be from the first, or both Planes movies, not the first and the second, because there's only two. Unfortunately, there's people who made it. I mean, the side cover got some pretty cool logos, I guess. The Chronicle book. And then the rear cover is Planes, Fire, and Rescue. You have Dusty on the bridge. There's a little description of the book. And similar to my poster art of cars video, anytime that there's a lot of text, I'll just kind of hover over it for a second or two. So if you want to read it, you can pause. And let's get into it. Starting off pretty strong. You got like the legs of the World Grand, or the, not the World Grand Prix, the Wings Around the Globe rally. You have all the destinations with some photos of them. Pretty sweet. I remember specifically seeing one. I've rewatched the Planes movies more in the past couple months than I have in my entire life. And you notice more and more, and I know for sure there's like some Iceland posters that appear in the movie, so maybe we'll get some close-ups of those. I'm expecting at least that. I guess there's some text there. Is that Danica logo? I swear I saw a Danica logo. There's just a picture of, or a drawing of Dusty, rather. And here's some more artwork. The Art of Planes. Nice sky. You have Dusty, and then up here you have, I'm not exactly sure. It's just like a kind of like a blank plane. Almost looks like a combination of a whole bunch of planes. Like I can see some Z in there. I see some Bulldog. Here's a design. It's got the Dusty design with like the orange with the bolts and the blue stripe, as well as his signature number 7. Here's a bunch of, I believe, credits, and here's your contents. Got a couple, I guess, prefaces similar to the last one where we saw like some more of the making stuff, and then you get into the actual great stuff. You got, you have the Propwash Junction, then Wings Around the Globe, then Racing to the Next Adventure. I assume is going to be like the stuff from Planes, Fire, and Rescue that isn't related to his fire career. So maybe some scenes of the Corn Fest, or maybe some Wings Around the Globe racing. You got a couple scenes of that before. And then Into the Fire, which I assume is going to be his firefighter career. You're going to see some Piston Peak stuff. Here's a lot of words. Yeah, this is the stuff that I will be skipping over. Got a nice visual of Dusty again flying through the sky with that mystery plane once again. That might be a skipper actually, but the colors are all over the place. Another introduction. And hopefully we'll get into some really cooler, oh, here's a nice thing of Piston Peak, I believe. I don't actually see any of the town, but there is a giant runway. So I'm not exactly sure what this is a picture of. This, I mean, the runway that goes off the cliff is what is in Airmater, so I'm assuming this is Propwash Junction, but I don't actually see the town. And of course, you have the mountain that's shaped like a plane. Like in Cars, you have the mountains that are shaped like cars. Yeah, there it is, aircraft shapes. The one thing I kind of have a problem with when it comes to like the connection between cars and planes is that you see so many planes and planes like just going up, like acting like they're cars, but in the plane or the Cars movies, you almost never see, I don't think you ever see like planes just like kind of chilling like in a bar or whatever. Maybe like the Midwest or wherever there's like plane centric places that will have a lot of planes, compared to like Radiator Springs has no planes. Heck, you don't even see like planes in the audience at like any of the races. You only see planes in the sky. So I just wish that maybe they had a little bit of forethought. Is that a word? But you know what I mean if it isn't. To, you know, thinking ahead for the future. And yeah, as I expected, here's some of that, I guess, early concept art. What's going on here? This is Dusty flying above Propwash Junction. Got some more of, oh, that's Rip Slinger, actually, I believe. There's like Rochelle. There's a wheel. Or the landing gear, rather. Then you have Dusty here. And you have more of the landing gear. There you go. Welcome to Propwash Junction. Don't remember that sign. The world's largest propeller. There's Dusty again, and once, actually, you know, the town is way over here, just barely off. So just barely fitting on the side. And you also have Sheriff down here sitting underneath the sign. That's a cool little Easter egg. More text. Then you have Propwash Junction. You've got this pitty hauling around this plane. That's a cool looking pitty. You've got Dusty and Skipper. That is Skipper, but Skipper isn't actually 4 in the movie. I believe he's number 7. You've got Sparky. You have I don't remember the exact name of the gas station there is. I believe it's owned by Chug. I don't remember the exact name, but they are there. There's the fire tower as well. Here you have some kind of building that I don't remember where you see it. There's Propwash Junction again, or the logo. Got another house. Got a couple houses in here. Here's like the field where Dusty trains. You can kind of see Dusty up there, or I assume that's Dusty. You have some more, like, kind of like a time lapse or a panorama almost. Got some black and white drawings of Propwash Junction. There's lead bottoms. And you have some more of Dusty farming, Dusty and Chug and Skipper, Dusty and Chug and Skipper and Dottie, and I believe that's the Wings Around the Globe pitty. And then you have this truck in here that might be a Mayday. And then, yeah, that's for sure Mayday with some other planes and pitties. There's the landing zone owned by Brody and Barbara. That it says like, oh, we're booked out for the. I remember in planes too, they were saying like, oh, we're booked out for the weekend. You can't cancel it, or something like that. But you can see here, there's only like 3 rooms, so that's not really that impressive. Although I guess Propwash Junction probably doesn't get too much traffic. There is a Propwash Junction poster, home of the world's largest propeller. I don't remember if that's ever seen or even mentioned in the movie, but I guess it is home to the world's largest propeller. Here you have a wide shot of Dusty kind of racing across the open plains. Got some more Dusty lore. So you have that main picture of him. That's the one that's actually like used. Then you have some early photos of him. You can see they kept the same design for the majority of the time. Tweaked it a little bit. Like in there, he is a yellow. I believe there was a couple other photos where he is yellow. His original color was originally intended to be yellow. I believe there's some blue mixed in there as well. Here's the Jolly Wrenches. Dusty got one of those pitties. Here's like I don't exactly know what you call it, of Dusty. This is like a multi-view drawing, if you know what that is, where the length matches up with the length up here. It all matches up. And then I guess it's not really that, because you have the underside view, and that would normally be like an isometric view, but it is not. I'm in engineering, and those things are pretty recently learned, so I guess I notice it more than most people would. There is the these, I don't know if that's struck Dutch, and that's like the improved version of Dusty. Here's Chug. There's like another photo. You can see like with most of these, they were kind of keeping the same design. Oh, actually, no, I see one on the other side of the page that's different. So here's some pictures of Chug's place and Chug with his hat. There's some inspiration as to where they got him from. Then here's like an early prototype drawing of a Chug where you can see instead of his usually like, you know, rounded front end, you have, it's more of like a, almost like a Jeep or a Land Rover. Here's Dottie. There's the picture of Dottie. What's odd about Dottie is he only has one release ever as a diecast, and that was in the Pit Road pack. What's even worse is Sparky, who is like one of the main characters, and he only has one release in the Vitamin Mulch 3 pack, and he came with some fireworks. And that pack is extremely rare now. It's worth a whole lot of money if you can even find one, and that is the only way to get a Mattel Sparky diecast. So that's a little bit unfortunate. Still gonna have to, still after that one. There's a picture of Dottie. Almost, I can't tell if that's like equipment she has back there or if that's like a design. Here's some more of Dottie. And you have a couple of, that's almost like the, that's the Ted Yale model that you see a couple times throughout the Planes franchise. You can see a bunch of different colors there. Here's Skipper, oh, and Sparky, though Sparky isn't even on this page. So there's the, like, the wrecked version of Skipper, and there's Happy Normal Skipper. You have, is that another junked Skipper? It might be. There's like a Skipper that almost looks like a lead bottom. Corsairs, climb right into the fight. Get them up for your Navy. That's a pretty cool propaganda poster. And there's a Jolly Wrenches little, I don't know, badge or whatever. Here we see some, oh, there's another Skipper / lead bottom. Here's some Sparky. Here's the normal Sparky. Then you have all these pictures. Up here, I'm not exactly sure what this is supposed to be. I'm glad they didn't do this. This would have been really confusing. Here we have the actual lead bottom. Got more early drawings of him. Then you have some paintings / I guess that's painting. I would call that a painting. It looks like a painting. It's got a pretty cool character design. Here we go, the Wings Around the Globe rally. I really like this picture of kind of like the full, not the full, but a good chunk of the Wings Around the Globe like tent setup that you see in New York for a couple minutes. See all the different races. You got like I want to say that's Miguel right there. You got Rochelle. You got Vanderbird all the way on the side. I can see some Gunner Viking. There might be a little bit of Secord in there. There's Arturo, Yellowbird, Jan Kowalski, Bulldog, of course, Ripslinger. You can see an Antonio Hauler, I think that is back there. It's pretty sick. You don't see, I do think you can see some more haulers. You see Gunner Viking Hauler. You don't see a lot of haulers in the Planes for the Planes racers. I think you do see a couple. And they're always pretty awesome. Here you got the global map of the all the stages. You have like them rolling out onto the, I guess the starting line. You have more of like the party beforehand. Then you have Bulldog when he's like insulting El Chu. Got some text. I'm actually reading that. It's pretty interesting. Highly polished sports organization that has a presence not unlike NASCAR. So it's like, I wish we would have heard about it in one of the Cars movies. Wings Around the Globe air race. I wonder how long it's been going on for. Oh wow, that's a long time. September 1963. What's that down there? Higher speeds, greater thrills, gigantic night spectacle. So I guess maybe they weren't like maybe originally it started off as just like a one-day kind of like showcase. It says like air races and it has like like 2 dates. There's 1962 International Air Racing Event. Those planes don't look like they came from the 1960s, but whatever. I don't know that much about planes. There's like a Wings Around the Globe trophy actually. Didn't notice that at first. 2013. So basically confirm, oh, here's a trailer, yes. So it basically does confirm that the planes / Cars universe is on the same time as us, because I believe in the poster of Cars book it says, like, you know, we have 2006, you got 1950s and all that stuff. Rally racers. We got Zed and Ned. Always loved Zed. My dad used to tell me stories about a made-up character or a made-up car called Zed, and then they actually made a Zed plane. That was pretty cool. That Rip Singer trailer is awesome. I actually just got a message that I need to go somewhere right now. So for me, I'll be gone for a long time, but for you, it'll be a split second. So see you in 3, 2, 1. And now I'm back. For me, it's been over 4 hours, but for you, it was just a couple seconds. Let's not ramble on about that any longer. Then we got El Chu. Original design, you got some yellow and the red. Looking pretty sweet. Got, I guess the cape switch was always kind of an idea. There's the big guy. Well, something I've learned is that, as far as I know, there's actually no, like, Mexican indoor racing series. There is, like, a remote control indoor racing series, which has models that look very similar to El Chu, so I'm assuming that's where the inspiration comes from. There was Bulldog in the original one. He kind of looks like, what's that guy's name? It was Maddox? Kind of looks like a Maddox. Kind of looks like Maddox, that canceled plane. Not a whole lot of prototype art for him. There's his tent. And we got Rochelle. Already like a pretty sweet design, but I think that design with like that pink, that's a really nice looking pink. Actually, do prefer it from the pink that was on the real thing. And the wings that are like on the top instead of on the bottom also look pretty snazzy. But I mean, if the roles were reversed, if this was one we got in the movie and this was the one that was like the prototype art, who knows how I'd feel? And I guess that goes for pretty much everything I see here. Oh, I really like that connected wing. Okay, that one's by far better. No, there's no change in that. Those connected wings are awesome. There's a Shawnee. A couple more for her. Ooh, this is nice. Nice. Got some prototype art for most of the World Grand, or the Wings on the Globe Rally Racers. You got Arturo, Vanderbird, Miguel, Jan Kowalski, Antonio, Kolya Ivanov, Subasa, Joey Dundee, Sunwing, Vicey. I don't know exactly how to say that, sorry. Viking, Little King, LJH Special 86, and Fonzarelli. You can see some minor changes, but they're for the most part the same. Like you can see Jan Kowalski. The greens are way darker. I do like those darker greens actually, compared to what we actually got. The Racing Sports Network. Is there a... oh no, I thought it was going some like lore or whatever. There's Colin Cowling, which was Colin Cowherd being being like a little voice actor and a carified blimp for the Plains universe is a very weird fun fact. There is Brent Mustangburger. We got a couple more images of him. Now you got some officials. I keep forgetting this guy's name. It's like, oh yeah, Roper. His name's Roper. It says it right there. I knew it was an R. There's Judge Davis. Some prototype art for, I'm assuming maybe Judge Davis. Fans around the world. You've got an empty pub. You have that dusty mug that was used as like a merchandise that Sparky was selling. You got another empty pub. That one's more complete, I guess. You got a full pub-ish thing. And you have another, I believe that was the Japanese scene? I don't exactly remember. But most of those are the British pub. Ooh, and here we go, New York. This is a nice one. This is New York. You got the Statue of Liberty. You do get a couple of different variations of the Statue of Liberty. throughout the Cars, I guess, like, universe. Like, there's one where it's almost like a Lizzie model, but I do think the Pity is probably the best fit, and it is the only one that you actually see in a movie. Here's some really cool art. Well, this is just amazing artwork of a bunch of planes, gigantic planes lined up, and you have a little Dusty back here. Oh, this is really nice, actually. More New York, but it has the full wings around the globe setup. We have a couple planes and hangars in there. Not sure how they're supposed to get out. They just kind of have to sit in there, I guess. You can't see any of the haulers, which is a little unfortunate, but it's whatever. You have some more of the New York party. The pit row, I suppose. More of the pit row. Iceland, here we go. You got Dusty flying to Iceland. You have a dragon plane. You can see like some wings. You got the thing that the propeller attaches to up there. You also have the spoiler slash or wing, whatever. There's I believe that's the place where the planes stop in Iceland, or there might be Dusty's hangar in Iceland. And there's the final, or the destination in Iceland. Now we go to Germany. You have the giant old pub. You've got the Welcome Racers. Don't see any cars in there. And you have like the castle that I believe Bulldog has to avoid when he's blinded. There's the oil house. And here's Franz. See, there's is that Helga? I want to say her name's Helga. And there's some prototype designs for Franz. Those are pretty neat, but I actually do like this kind of like sea green that they went with instead. I like that one the best. So I think they made the right choice there. Dubai and Middle East flybys. So I don't think they actually did and have any stops in there, but they did have some fly-throughs, like I guess the Himalayas, right? Or when Dusty flew through that tunnel. And you just have some extra planes, things like there's a Graham page, or Grant page rather. Don't need that ham in there. Some more. There is that Dubai? I believe that is. And there is, not sure where that exact location is. Here's India. Got the Taj Mahal. Oh, we got a bunch of pictures of the Taj Mahal. This is a scene I don't really remember of when Shawnee and Dusty were flying together. There's like a giant overview. I do remember in the Planes video game, I never actually owned or played it, but I remember in all like the YouTube videos I'd watch on it when I was younger, a lot of them were like challenges that involved, I think we had to like fly around this area near the Taj Mahal and like collect rings or fly through rings or something like that. Himalayas and Nepal. Oh, I guess this is where the mountain scene was, so never mind on that previous statement of the flybys. Here's another. That's a pretty crazy place to live. Got the little setup. And you have this cool guy right here. I forgot his name, but he is in the Planes book. Moving on to China. Got the Great Wall of China. Some farming. And more of the Great Wall of China with, I believe, those are lanterns on it. You can see, I don't know if those are cars or not, but there's something on the Great Wall right there. So you got some more Rochelle variants, or the International Rochelle variants. They all have 8 different names, or most of them do have different names. And then here's all the, like, trying to earn Rochelle scenes from when El Chu was trying to, like, sing to her or whatever. That would not work in real life. The Pacific Ocean. You got some more pics of Dusty crashing. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. I have not seen these actually. The ones I saw on the website, I believe they're actually different pictures. Or no, they might have been the same. But, oh wow, this is so sick. I wish we got all the Wall of Fame planes, but I don't think we got any. Except, of course, did get Skipper. And there's something. I'm not exactly sure what that is. I don't think that's the Wall of Fame. I believe the Wall of Fame was a little bit bigger. There's like almost like a control room. You have a couple of the pitties that were kind of playing. Like you got Roybal, Mexico. Got like a temple, red goal. Interesting. Because in Planes Fire and Rescue, I think it's called something. I think it might just be Red Bull, or it might be Red Bulldozer. You can't just change it between movies. This is two separate entities, two different brands. Here we go. We've got a couple of logos. That's what I'm waiting for. We got a lot of those in the poster art book. You got Javier Pneumaticos. There's like a little beach. Then you have like the inside of the Mexican hangars. This is where, of course, Dusty was being like rebuilt. Southwestern United States. Basically just a whole bunch of desert and rocks and hills and all that. Here's some more finish in New York. There's Dusty or blown by Rip Slinger. And there's a cloud that's weirdly shaped exactly like a plane. Huh. What a coincidence. And wow. Okay, here we just got a whole bunch of, I guess, extra photos. Who is this character down here? Not exactly sure. These are pretty wild. Everything that wasn't like important enough to put on a specific page, but they wanted to put it in anyway. You got a whole bunch of like this plane. I'm not actually sure who he is. They keep showing him. Is it Rip Slinger? Might be Rip Slinger actually. And now we're on to Fire and Rescue. You got some more logos down here. You've got Volkswagen, Flight Aid, AG Parts, Takeoff, Aircraft Wash. Well, you've got a couple others. There's like Carbies. You've got Tab. Pretty sick. If you look in those like first scenes of planes, you got a whole bunch of Carified brands that you don't see anywhere else. There's like a Carified Walmart, Propwash Junction Cornfest. Got like a little corn hut. Colonel Co oil fuel. You got Kate the Corn Cob Girl. Couple Cornfest little patches. And of course you have, whoops. You've got, happens even when the camera isn't on the stand. Wow. And you got a whole like Cornfest setup outside of Propwash Junction. You've got another hangar. Oh, this is Dottie's garage rather. I guess you can put planes in there, so kind of a hangar. Got like Dusty's engine, all the different parts and pieces of it. Here's honkers. There's like got honkers. You got like a bowl of nuts and bolts. You got the drink that I believe Sharp S gets. You have a drawing of that. Cartini. And then I believe that's Meg. You can see like a whole bunch of Carified alcohol brands in there as well. I believe you can see those on one of the online art. Oh yeah, you can see them right here. These are from one of the online art portfolios. There's honkers again. Got the jukebox. What songs do you have on there? Can't really see them in great detail, but you probably could read those if you wanted to. Got Heinecar, Filler, Flylife, Krodweiser, Corona, Ersaki. the water tower. There's the water tower. There's Riker and his little fella there. Kurtz. There's like the explosion. The fire station with, you know, Mayday and all that. There's Mayday up there. There's the inside of the fire station. I don't know if you can see like the Sarge picture on the side. I guess you can't. See some metal and all that. And maybe you can see him in here. And we got a couple planes. You got like the certificate. Whatever. As far as I can see, you can't see the picture of him with Sarge. A little unfortunate. Now we get into the fire. Last little part of the book, we are on page 114. Let's go on. We still got a decent amount left, actually. This is a thick book. There you have like the hills of the valley. You have like a map, actually. You can find this online, I believe, actually. Like V6 Valley, Thunderbolt Bluffs, Railway Ridge. And you have some of the plants. Up here you got some trees. There's Dusty and a tree. Have more of Piston Peak there. And how when you zoom out, the quality gets a little bit worse. Like the quality is like so much better when you zoomed in. I have to take all my thumbnails zoomed in now because it makes the quality so much better. And also probably will start recording zoomed in. This is being recorded on the 5th of January 2023, and at that point I will only have like one video out, but by the time this has been uploaded you should see about 3, 4, maybe even 5 videos. There's more of Piston Peak. This is just basically a whole bunch of Piston Peak. Oh, there's Railway Ridge. This is a whole bunch of Piston Peak locations and all that. You have like an island, middle of the lake. Oh, that's cool. We got some posters. Some more Piston Peak, and then there's a bunch of really awesome posters actually. Little gasket. Moonlight Tour. 2-hour scenic tour. Watch those backfire. That's pretty cool. With the oh, what's his name? The bear that's like only you can prevent fires. Put that fire in reverse. Got the park staff, which is basically, I didn't know that Old Jammer's modeled after a real car. So you basically have Old Jammer, and you have this guy who's another Meet the Plains character whose name I don't remember. Got the wildlife, so there's like a one of the tractors, the deer, really. There's like the bird, the little plane. Here's Harvey and Winnie. You got like some of like the patches on them. Oh, I believe those though they're tire like covers that you see on the back of them. This is the page that I was looking for. This is the page I remember seeing, but I don't remember exactly everything about it. Let's go through all these. You got Propwash Junction, Piston Peak staff. You got the park guests. So like some helicopters. You got a bunch of different car models. You have like the Pontiac Firebird model, which is really sick. The VIPs, which are basically 3 of the same model. You got like a Jaguar. You got a sports car, and you got a sedan. Oversized. You got some RVs, some more RVs. You have some trucks. You have like Bud Flight. You got the buses. You also got some boats. This is an awesome page. This is awesome. 2 pages. Oh, there's more. Alright. There's the Piston Peak Lodge, or the Grand Fusel Lodge, rather. Got the inside. You have like one of the rugs in there. There's like a geyser. There's like the outdoor part that you see for a minute or 2. Piston Peak Railway. There's Mirror. And now you get on to CAD Spinner, and this guy's name's like Andre or something, I say. Or yeah, Andre. There's CAD Spinner. Secretary of the Interior. There's a couple prototype, or I keep saying prototype. I guess like early versions of artwork for him. So there's the car that I ended up going with. I do like that a little bit. Once again, it's looking at these two pieces of early artwork. I can't help but imagine how cool those would have been. Here's Pulaski, voiced by Joe Swanson. That's a joke. I know he's not actually voiced by Joe Swanson. Same voice actor. He's a pretty cool looking car. Or fire truck rather. And here's like the 400th different picture of the Piston Peak wildlife, or oh, actually we're going into the air base now actually. Here's your air base. Got like the inside of the hangar. More of this. Wow. You have mechanic on duty, a loft. There should be like a vending machine like right around here. There is in the movie. It's a cab, a vending machine. I don't know if we'll see in any of the images here. There's a whole lot more of the fire base. Air attack crew. I'm going to come back to that because I think that's pretty cool actually. Oh, here we go. We got some more. There's the little, what's her name? The red piggy. Oh, Patch. There's Patch in there. We got her next to Maru. If we go in here, I think there's some pretty neat stuff in here. Got like an old Firefighter plane. That was pretty sweet. Piston Peak air attack. More old Firefighter planes. Wow, I just absolutely love the models on these. I think in the movie they're like talking about how like these planes like passed away, so that's a little bit unfortunate. All these cool models, just knowing that they're dead. Here's Blade Ranger. Design didn't really change that much for him. Here's more of Blade Ranger, showing like some of his mechanics. Here's Chop, so you have the Blazing Blade Ranger, and then when you get over here, you have the club shaped like a big old car, and then you have Nick, Loop, and Lopez. And I think that's Sergeant Rhodes, I believe is his name. Little Dipper. Another design that didn't change a whole lot. They did change the colors on here. I do like those colors. They're better. Here's more of her. I have a couple different designs over here, and I don't believe they went with any of them. They went with this one, but they are pretty similar to the actual design. Then we got Windlifter, and that thing right here that kind of looks like Kirsten Marshall. Just saying. Here's like a trailer he used. I believe this is actually available in one of the multi-packs. Very hard to find, and I think you can see a few, or maybe a few, might just be one, might be zero by now on eBay, and they're pretty expensive. You can like get this little trailer. I think it's hooked up to Maru, or it's not hooked up to Maru. It's a pack with Windlifter, Maru, and you also have this trailer, and it has some wood in it. Not a whole lot of people know about it. I don't even think it's on the BDD World of Cars database. It's that unknown. Then you have Cabby. Looks like he's got something like sunglasses there, but he doesn't. Cabby, unfortunately, was way too big to even get like a deluxe release. So I guess they could have put him in a multi-pack, but they never did. I did like his design. You got these smoke jumpers. You got Dynamite. There's a couple different designs for her. Blackout. A couple more designs. Drip was always going to be the same, I guess. Here's Pinecone and Avalanche. Then you have Maru, this old weird looking pitty. If it ain't broke, we fix it. Air Max Heavy Duty. Here's Patch. There's a whole Patch really gets a whole page. That's pretty cool. You have one of the albums that she plays. Heavy Metal Mayhem. You have, wow, a whole bunch of band names. That's pretty sweet. So you look through all those. Then you have Dusty with pontoons. You have the plain version, then you have the red fire version. You have a giant photo of the fire. More of the fire. Here's like some of the making of like the explosion or whatever. You have the forest after the fire. Ogren Canyon, or Ogren Canyon. Don't remember exactly how it's pronounced in the movie, if it's even said at all. You got more of the fire. There's like a Winnie and Harvey on the bridge, being stuck on the bridge. And once again, you just have one of those where it kind of like throws all the lesser important images together. I'll go through all those. There's Cat Spinner. Half of these you can't even tell what it is. Like, this just looks like pixels. I don't know how they were able to tell what was going on there, but I guess it did work out. Even though people don't really view planes as like an amazing movie. And I kind of do. I kind of have to. Conclusion, happy landings. Piston Peak Air Attack logo. You got Dusty leading the deer away from the fire. And you got the acknowledgements, and I just said that wrong plenty of times. Here you have some more planes, fire, and rescue little posters. And that is it for the Art of Planes book. Let me get this back in there. Close it up. Yeah, that is the art. Oh, that didn't do too well. I'll have to fix that off camera in a second. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video of the Art of Planes book. And I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.